How much progress did I make in my sewing room this week? Find out in today's episode. G'day, my name is Sean and this is my weekly update where I share my quilting adventures. Come see what I've been working on, what I've completed and all the other fun and exciting news. Let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. I'm very happy with what I got done this week. I got a lot of progress done on a lot of different projects, and the first one I want to show you is the courthouse steps. When I was originally looking at this, I thought I'd only done one block, but I actually have done two, which is even better. So the first one I did was this one using some Tula pink scraps, just like the ones I showed you last week. And then the second one is the beautiful pinks, which is some of the scraps from the pink quilt, which you'll get to see an update on in just a few moments. I think this one turned out really nicely. Let me know what you think of these two. The next project I want to show you some progress on is actually the pink quilt, and this is a patchwork quilt that I'm making for one of our incoming exchange students who should be here sometime in late August. And you've seen this part here already. Just absolutely stunning. I love all these different pink fabrics. And I've done one more row, and I'll go ahead and attach it very, very shortly. I'm using 8 different pink fabrics all together, some batiks, some cottons. They go together beautifully. Next up on our list is the 100 Acre Woods, and I have finished the previous block and now working on Christopher Robin. And there is a lot of cutting to do on this, and I'm about halfway through the cutting, and this is what I've gotten done so far. It's using all these beautiful, beautiful fabrics, and we'll get that all cut and hopefully started next week. And then finally, for my works in progress, I have an update on Toasty. Last week you got to see block D completed, and now it is attached. And it's looking really, really neat with the Kona sheen for the horns on this. I think this is a wonderful effect on this. Let me know what you think. And then I also did another block. It's upside down, but that's okay. And then this is how it looks on the other side here. A nice hodgepodge of colors, but I'm sure once it goes into the final design, it'll look absolutely spectacular and how it's supposed to be. Well, that's it for my works in progresses. I have a couple of finished blocks I'm excited to show you later on. But before we get to that, we'll do our weekend review. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is a series of videos I take during the week, mostly of me sewing, but also of any adventures we get up to. So I hope you enjoy. Last week I asked everybody what colour they preferred to use when it came to quilting and piecing, and I loved hearing all the answers. The top ones were pink, purple, and surprisingly to me, aqua. A lot of you really like using that colour, and a lot of you also like using earth tones, which was also a combination I was not expecting to hear. It was so fun to read that, and thank you so much for answering that. This week I wanted to ask, do you prefer to see projects or progress here on the podcast? And what do I mean by that? Well, each podcast I try to provide an update on roughly 4 to 5 different projects, so you have plenty to see each week. But I was wondering, maybe you guys wanted to see more progress on each of the projects but less overall. So let me know in the comments, would you like to continue seeing about 4 to 5 different projects each week and them taking longer to get done, or maybe do less projects but get them done a little quicker? Let me know what you prefer. So what are my goals for this week? Well, I'd like to finish cutting out the fabric for Christopher Robin and then continue this to progress on the various different projects I'm working on. Let me know what your goals are for this week. Next up is our news and events, and I had 2 videos come out this week, and the first one was a time-lapse of Clue 5 of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts, and this block was fun. I really enjoyed making this one, and I love the final design because it has several different elements in it. Go check it out if you missed it. And then yesterday morning I had my friend Danny from Sew Not an Expert join me. It was really fun to be able to catch up with her and sew with her for an hour and a half, and it was just a lot of fun, so definitely check it out if you missed it. What's coming up this week? Well, I'd like to put out the time lapse for Eeyore, which is a block that I made way too long ago. I'm really behind on making my time lapses and getting that stuff done, so I'm hoping to get that out. I'd also like to get up my review video for Road to Virginia, because I went to visit that a couple of weeks ago and haven't had a chance to do that yet, and maybe we'll put something else out. Stay tuned to find out. As you may know, I host an online guild, and our next meeting will be next Sunday evening, July 20th. at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you've ever been interested in joining us, we'd love to have you. So put that on your calendar and we hope to see you there. And now I'm very excited to be able to share with you a couple of completed blocks. The first one is Anne of Green Gables, and I have finished this block. Last week you got to see this portion of Anne, and now I get to show you the entire thing, and I think she turned out really, really nicely. I really like the shoes and the socks, which was made from scraps. Actually, most of this was scraps except for the gingham and the hair and the hat. So yeah, pretty much most of this is scraps on the background as well. I always forget about the background. So that's Miss Anne. And then the other project I did, I started cutting out on Friday. Got this one done pretty quickly. Really surprised myself. Was part of the Halloweenies quilt by Artie's Quilting Co. And I made the Ghost Ween. And this is how he turned out. I think this one turned out really nicely. We'll do a closer view. Hopefully you can see. There we go. I did all right there. It's hard showing stuff on camera sometimes when you can't see where you're going. Anyway, I hope you both enjoyed both of those blocks, and that concludes today's episode. So if you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. It does help me immensely. Tell a friend. I always love hearing comments from my viewers. I hope you all have a great day. Happy sewing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.